To our market update. I am Jonathan Campbell, and we are here to give you the market update of September, really all the August stats, all of that. So let's get into it. So, what is the number one question on buyers and sellers' mind as we speak right now? And I actually asked my team this question earlier, and here's what a lot of them are saying: Is it still crazy out there? And a lot of you are like, well, what does that mean? Well, that's what a lot of sellers and buyers are asking. Is it still crazy out there? Are prices through the roof? Are multiple offers happening right now? I know it was really hard to buy a property. What does it truly look like right now? I'm here to help you guys out. I'm here to help clarify this for you and what is going on. Is it still crazy out there? Let's dive into it. So, obviously, we're here to give you expert advice on housing. So, what does it look like right now? Weekly mortgage rates continue to fluctuate as of today. You can see this graph here. This started back, and I know these numbers are really small, but don't mind those as much right now. Look at this bar graph, 3.22% in the beginning of January. Again, on average, everybody's situation depends on their credit and a lot of different other factors. But on average, across the country, 3.22% in the beginning of January. And then in September right now, on average, about 5.66%. So you can see massive, massive jump there and big fluctuations in the market. And realistically, today's mortgage rate on average right now, 6.3%. So a big increase for sure over the past year, since the beginning of the year, I should say. So yes, that is creating a lot of volatility right now with buyers and sellers. Sellers wondering, hey, is my buyer ready to buy a home? Buyers are like, hey, is my payment going to continue to rise there? I keep continuing to tell people in this market right now, buy your dream home and date the rate. So marry your house, date the rate. But as you can see here, 6.3% on average today. And what this really means is, as rates have risen, your housing affordability is actually pretty low right now. So 100 is really where the baseline means that people have about income to support about 98.5% of their mortgage payment on their housing affordability. So you can see here, this graph shows you since 1980 all the way to today in 2022. And yes, this middle part here, these were some of the distressed years when prices of homes were super low. This was back in 2008, 2009, 2010, where there's massive amounts of foreclosure. Prices were very, very low. And then as we saw here, housing affordability was actually pretty high. Even though prices have been very, very high over the last year, housing affordability has been very, very high because interest rates have been so low. But it's not just the interest rates. You have to realize here, it's your groceries, it's your job wages. Everything comes into play like that. So yes, when your groceries are 3 times what the amount of to go get milk and eggs and bread and all that, I mean, you're literally paying about 3 times what that is right now. Interest rates have climbed, all of that. And so don't worry, it's not all doom and gloom. I'm going to show you a lot of good stuff here. But as you can see here, housing affordability is a little bit low right now. And what this looks like, meaning that your mortgage payment to income ratio today is hovering about 25%. And that's really where they say that typically you want, where your income really, your mortgage payment should really only be about 25% of what you make per month. That's really what the goal of all of that is. So you can see here, previous years, it's been much, much lower. And today it's getting about that time, about what it was back in 2006. So you can see here, monthly mortgage payments have been increasing really since the beginning of the year. You can see them down here from that 1,020 all the way up to 1944. And here's what it looks like compared to 1 year ago. Monthly mortgage payment rose to about, on average, 1944 from about $1,265, an increase of 53.7%. So people are feeling it right now in their monthly payments or what they are looking to buy. So as home prices are still actually pretty high and they're pretty stable and actually increasing, you can see here that because of those interest rate spikes, their payments have gone up. So that's why I keep saying, marry your house, date the rate. We can work with the rate in the future on some of this stuff. So what's ahead for really the end of 2022 and what the rest of the year is going to look like. So this came out from CoreLogic, one of the biggest reporting agencies out there. Annual home price growth slowed for the third consecutive month in July, but remained elevated at 15.8%, meaning that home prices have gone up on average about 15.8% across the country. As 30-year fixed rate mortgages neared 6% this summer, some prospective homebuyers pulled back, helping ease overheated and unsustainable price growth. And yes, we have seen that price growth was been insane. It was about 20% growth last year, about 20% growth this year in my local market here. And yes, that is just not sustainable when your average, again, average growth was anywhere between 3 and 5%. And you can see what he finishes this quote up with. Looking ahead, CoreLogic expects to see a more balanced housing market with year over year appreciation slowing to about 3.8% by July 2023. So you've heard my market updates before. You know that I've always used an analogy that you're going down the highway at 120 miles an hour and you back that sucker down to 60 miles an hour. Yeah, that's half the speed. Yes, you are going to feel the slowdown, but guess what? You're still moving at a good pace. And that's what this looks like right now is when you have such an appreciation in pricing and growth year over year, and it backs down to that average 3 to 5%, it's going to feel like a major, major crash. But in reality, it is not. So moving on. So as you can see here, many people have adjusted their forecast to see here. You can see on average, anywhere between 11 and 12% that people are predicting where home prices will look at. So here's the thing. I'm here in the local market of Pennsylvania in the Lehigh Valley. Depending on where you're at in your different market, you're going to see a very similar graph. But as you can see here, this orange graph chart here shows that showings right now are up. You see all these spikes again. You guys have been following this market update. Those spikes mean the holidays. Yes, showings go down during the holidays and then they pick back up. So we are literally on track right with 20, or I should say pace of 2021's market as far as activity and showings go. So anybody interested in looking to sell their home, now is the time to get it on the market. We are in an upswing right now with showings. It will level out and we will consistently get showings really over the next month, month and a half. And then right around that Thanksgiving holiday, showings will decline. So anybody looking to take advantage of the high priced homes, the equity in their home, take advantage of all that and get buyers through their door. There is still massive amounts of demand of buyers out there, and showings are still happening and still increasing, as you can see here during this after Labor Day activity. So we see this every single year. You can see it back in 2020, 2021, and 2022. And as I said already, we are basically hovering right around that 2021 activity. So still looking very, very, very good going going after Labor Day with these showings. So what are some things that buyers can do today as the inventory comes down a little bit, as sellers aren't putting their houses on the market as much right now? A lot of it's fear-based, actually. So what can a buyer do right now? So here's some 3 tips that you as a buyer can do. Expand your search area. Maybe look a little bit outside of an area that you might not have considered. Start to look at some of that stuff. Raise or lower your criteria. Can you deal with a less bedroom, less bath? Can you look at something along the lines of maybe a little bit more square footage or a little bit less square footage? You'd be surprised how the layout of a home can really change. So if you're looking at a 2,000 square foot home and you're like, Jonathan, I only want to look at a 2,000 square foot home, and you have a 1,700 square foot home, I guarantee you, if I bring you into a 2,000 square foot home and a 1,700 square foot home, and that 1,700 square foot home has a better layout, it might look actually more open to you than that 2,000 square foot home. And a lot of people, when they're searching for homes, they'll limit themselves by just saying, hey, I only want a 2,000 square foot home. And yet that 1,700 square foot home might actually be better for them. I see that a lot in lot sizes as well, where they say, I want an acre of land. And I take you to a home, and depending on the position of the house and the way that the backyard is laid out, you're going to be like, oh, wow, this is only a quarter acre, but because the home sits up a little bit more, the backyard looks bigger versus that acre. So there's certain tips and tricks that you want to take a look at, but expand your search area, look at your actual criteria that you're working with, talk to the agent that you're working with to say, hey, I want to like really look at my criteria right now. What do you have me set up on from like an auto search? What does that look like? And then talk with them about that. A good agent will be able to walk you through all of that. Explore alternative financing options. Banks right now, lenders right now, because the interest rate's going up, stuff that they cannot control. What they're looking at is they're looking at different programs, different ways to do things. Number three leads you into look for grants, gift funds, see if you have other people that have that ability, but talk to an expert. Talk to an expert in mortgages. Talk to an expert in finding houses. Talk to that local expert that you know, like, and trust that can help you through these things, help you find that different search criteria, help you find those alternative financing options, and help you find money that you didn't know was available or sitting around. Those are three big major tips I want to give you guys today, as this market can get confusing for a lot of people. So, numbers in review. I'm going to talk about our local area, Lehigh Valley. So as you can see here, percentage of list price. Again, my whole entire strategy or talk to you guys about was that whole highway analogy that I use all the time. 120 miles an hour going back down to 60 miles an hour. You can still see here on average in August 101.3% of asking price. So people are still getting good asking prices. They're still getting above list price offers. They're still getting multiple offers. I just saw one of my agents just recently. He has 12 showings set up for tomorrow on a house. And this market is still incredible right now. You can still see here that asking price still on average 101.3%. You can still see here a big dip because people aren't over asking for 102, 104, 105%, which gets me into a quick topic of when you list your home, you're not listing for the future. You should really list of where your agent really should tell you what that market looks like, what that price of your home is. Don't try to overinflate it right now, because as you can see here, people are still paying you what the market value is plus some. So don't go crazy. Don't try to list at 115% of market value. It's just not realistic right now. But guess what? It's still very aggressive. Average sales price. Again, everybody sees the mortgage rates going up, all of that. But if you are a homeowner and you are looking to sell, you're looking to relocate, say you're looking to go down south, you're looking to go retire, you're looking to go sell your investment property and go get another investment property. Guess what, guys? Average sales price, all-time high in the Lehigh Valley, $357,000, $801, up 18.6% from 2021. You can see again these huge appreciations in home sale prices. So yes, average sales price is still up in the Lehigh Valley. Days on market, basically even. 14 days, it's about a day longer than July, 2 days longer than June, less days than actually May and a lot of the spring markets that you see here. But you can see here, basically even of last year. You actually saw that in my showing time graph of all the showings. That activity is basically about the same. So days on market still very low. Not to say that in some different parts of not only the Lehigh Valley, but Pocono region, down in the Bucks, Montgomery County, you might have different things like different days on market. But overall, Lehigh Valley, very strong here, 14 days on average. Inventory of homes available, 791, taking a slight dip. We are still at all-time low inventory things. Now, as you can see here, it's still not 400 or 500. It's almost gone up, it's gone up. Not double yet, but getting towards that. But you can still see here, inventory down from last year. Not as many homes on the market. Again, it does allow you then to get multiple offers when there's not as many homes on the local market. So to end this, hey, how is this market? In short, it's complicated. It is complicated. That's why strategy matters in this market more than ever. Whoever sent you this video, they know the deal. They know what's going on. Get them to sit down with you, understand this market, go over the strategy that matters, and follow it. If you're truly looking to buy a home right now, it is a good time to buy. marry the house, date the rate. If you're thinking about selling your home, it's an all-time great time to sell your home. Average days of 14 days on the market right now in Lehigh Valley. Home prices are still up. Now keep in mind, average list price to sales price about 101% down again from that 104, 105%, which means that you got to talk to your agent because strategy matters. Pricing strategy matters, just like I talked about before. So everything is about strategy. I just want to leave you guys with this. Right now, the Don Wenner team, we are offering a $5,000 bonus anytime that you want a cash offer in your hands. We are looking to buy homes between September right now all the way into the middle of January. First 25 homes that we purchased, and we've purchased already about 6, 7 of them, we're giving out a $5,000 bonus on top of our immediate buyout offer. You know that we offer know all your options to sell. We'll come in, we'll give you what the home would sell for on the open market, what you need to do to the home, what you don't need to do to the home, what it looks like. We'll even give you a cash offer right on the spot. We want to get you to understand and know all the options to sell your home. You can actually go to donwenner.team and get more information on that. Again, that's donwenner.team for more information on our immediate buyout program bonus going until the end of the year, actually into the beginning of the new year. So anyway, take a look at that, and can't wait to get you guys the most up-to-date market. I'm here to clarify, not terrify you, just like a lot of the news programs do there. I'll see you guys in October. Thanks.